Uh, Good morning to my brothers and sisters out there. But this message directly, before I get into my subject, this message directly to all the men out there, especially a lot of scumbags. When you're always using the word love, you must understand to love someone is to seek his or her highest point or the highest goal. Okay? Love is a friendship set of music. Did you know that, boy? Huh? When you love, when love and skill work together, all you got to do is expect a serious masterpiece. You know, one and one is still two. Now stop walking around here shoe shucking and showing up and lying about I love you. Look, look. I'm not trying to bust you, but I'm talking real talk. I have learned that only two things are necessary to keep one wife happy. First, let her think she's having her way. And second, let her have it. You see what I'm saying, boy? If you walk around here talking about you in love, they say what love makes the world go round. I don't know if that's true or not. Is that true to you? I don't know. But I said that to say this, baby. And I'm not trying to bust you, boy, but I'm a man just like you are. One of the greatest learning tasks is to how to give and receive. I'm gonna close it out. You understand what I'm saying, boy? Are you giving and receiving? Or are you just receiving? Hope you have a good morning. But I need to continue with this episode 5. It was a fraction in faithfulness of declaration. And I just need you to look at my episode 1 to 5, and then you get a general idea as to why did it come to this point. I'm bringing it home. And I just need you to pay attention. I need you to share this. And whenever you get to my videos, they get cut short, just go to my YouTube channel down at the bottom. Submit, subscribe, and make comments. Well, look, I just need to, black families are not defined by disruption. You understand what I'm saying? They're not defined by destruction, but by reinvention. This episode honors chosen skin families and the scarce act of rewriting legacies on its own terms. As I said, to all my brothers and sisters out there, good morning. I'm Clayton Norline, and I'm your host for this series. We chose each other's. We chose each other because we are all God's children. When the world said we didn't belong, we built homes in each other. We called strangers visitors and sisters and mentors and mothers and friends and family because love is louder than blood. Do you understand? Love is louder than blood. If you don't know it, you know it now. And legacy is built by choices. Are you working with me this morning? Let's talk about real talk this morning and redefining family. And I said, when they building more jailhouses, prison to house minority peoples in it. And so that's one of the biggest industry is to house as many black because the federal government is going to pay these private contractors on their land. So you got to understand, white people think black people are just stupid. They told them family what family should look like. A mother, a father. That's what these old people, they taught us about morals and values on how to govern ourselves. But it's to not to allow this outside pressure to define us. But we know better. In black communities, family has always been expansive. It's rooted in love, not blood. Built through survival and not convention. You must understand the struggle that these black women had to sacrifice when all the men have been incarcerated, been murdered by the white supremacists, enslaved, treating them like dough, making them work on plantation camps. But the black mothers had to take on that responsibility. But we don't want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it because it's about real talk. Today we honor the aunt who was related, the plague cousin who became a sibling, the parents who created a new tradition, and the community that raised us with system would not. That's the closeness of the Black community, the struggles that they have made over the years to protect their kids. When the white man is out here raping and killing them and doing everything to dismantle the Black slave. So this is not redefining it. It's reclamation. So you understand how they're trying to refine the history of our culture, history and cultural context. Fixing kinship from slavery onward. Black families they embrace each other. Fixing kins, non-biological relatives who play a central role in caregiving while these guys was enslaved. They gave them support and they helped them to identify themselves. This tradition was born out of the necessities and continue as our culture. With all the struggles and all the murders and all the killing that the white peoples have done to the Black people, and what they're still trying to destroy our race. But God don't allow man to do what he want to do. So you must understand that. When I say to you, and then we're talking about the bond across the African disposal, the kinship has already been fluid. Shipmate on slavery vessels to neighbors who became aunties. The relationship reflects a sacred community. But most people don't want to talk about the sacrifice these Black women had to go through and to keep these families together. They had strong relatives. We had so-called kinfolk relatives help raising these kids because the damage has been done by the white slavery. But they don't want to talk about that. But as long as I got breath of air, I'm going to talk for those who are unable to speak for themselves. It's over 2.5 million children in the United States are raised by non-parents, relatives, many in the Black community. Why? Why, President Trump? Why you racist administration? Why? Why is all this going down? That's the question you don't want to answer. That's the question that needs to be answered. You want to ignore the main question, but you want to bullshit on bullshit questions. Black families are growing in visibilities and advocate with organizations like Ex-Hood and Family Equality, leading to changes for inclusive parents and policy reform. We cannot allow the white superiors to manipulate us, to use a form of fear, form of intimidation, to try to demoralize us. That's not going to happen. You stand up for what you believe in. Be willing to die and stand up for what you think is right. I'm not going to let my forefathers, the one who done died in the military, done died in slave camp, I'm not going to let them down as long as I got a breath of air. As long as God is allowing me to do what I do, to speak the gospels of truth for those who don't understand. We've been robbed of our dignity and our pride under the hands of the white supremacists. I'm talking about real talk. And there was a lot of stories. Studies have shown that chosen family network provide equal or greater emotional support than biological ties. especially in a marginalized community. So we must understand, as a black family, we got to stand up for righteousness. We got to stand up for justice. Stand up for peace. We got to stand up for it. We have called strangers and aunties and neighbor cousins, not out of confusion, but out of conviction, because family is who's shown up. That's how the black family learned to stick together. And I want to say this to all my brothers and sisters out there. Don't let fear and intimidation stop you from carrying on the legacy. Don't let the white, no good people rob you out of your dignity. The white supremacists, they think this world belongs to them. President Trump thinks this world belongs to him. Yes, as a military veteran, yes, I'm damn sure upset. Now, family is who hold you when the world, they let you go. The white supremacists and the white people gonna let you go. But when the family gonna keep you together, do you understand what is right, what is wrong? Family is who fought for your future, even when they weren't there for your birth. And in their truth, they find liberation. Do you understand why me on the other side, how I should feel about why the white peoples are demoralizing our race? How do you think we should love them when you understand that their history behind black people? How are we supposed to like President Trump when he's shown his true color? How can we like the Supreme Court when they're showing their true color? How can we, trust these governors in these red states? How can we trust them? You cannot trust them. It's about money and power. Take it or leave it. And confidentially, I don't give a shit if you don't like it. I'm speaking to God people about what is this white supremacist is doing to these black minority people. They building camp. People, do y'all understand? Are you close? They building more jailhouses. They cutting anything to deal with black people to demoralize them. Social Security, taking financial aid from them, cutting everything, the universities, taking all this money from veterans. They don't care. It's about the rich getting richer, but they manipulating to the mega people that we making America great again when their parents and their kids are suffering because of the rules that this scumbag is out there selling people. Y'all can sit back, you mega people. I'm saying to you, I'm not a prophet. Your president is a pathologic liar. Your president, in my opinion, is telling you what you want to hear. President Trump, in my opinion, got something going on with Russia. He's taking all Russia rules. These he are manipulating. Him and Putin are working together how to make America an authoritarian type of country. And we are so damn stupid and dumb, we're going to allow a convicted felony, a child molester, and we got to, you name it. And then he's going to talk about, let's be honest. People, how can you allow someone like President Trump to manipulate your mind? What you need to do is to take your mind off President Trump and put your mind on Christ. I hate to see the world go down because of one man. Peoples, you must understand, he got the playbook from Russia. If you talk against him, he gonna have you investigate. That's just a form of fear. Now you understand what this clown is doing? Everybody works up under his command. They better do what he say do. He is the king police officer. Why you got all your military top leaders coming to Washington, D.C., directed by Pete Hegseth? These commanders don't know what you want to talk about, but you can believe it's about preparing and to follow direct orders, because Pete is telling you President Trump is the one telling me to tell you. People, I'm saying to you, get ready for a world war. Get ready for a war in the United States, because Trump and Putin are working together. Trump is not smart enough to do what he's doing, because everything that he's doing is coming from Putin. We don't know what the communication is. Everything is classified. Anything that you cannot put to the public is controlled by his DOJ. It's controlled by the FBI, controlled by Pat Bundy. All these people are manipulated by one man. Supreme Court gave him the few that he needed. This is why he's doing the things that he's doing. But America, I'm going to say this. If we allow it to happen, it's going to happen. It's not about blacks now. It's about America. You white supremacy, you white governors in these red states, who are you fighting for? Maybe your ideology, your mind is the same as President Trump and his administration, because if you don't do what he say, he's going to punish your state. We're going to go after these blue states, my enemy. We're going to control the media. We're going to tell them what they can do and what they can't do. People, do you understand the world that we live in under the hands of one deranged man? My white brother, you know how I feel. You know that I don't have no racist issue in my body. I wasn't born that way. But I know one thing. I will not be intimidated by these white supremacists. I'm willing to die for my country. I'm willing to die for my family, my relatives, my children, and my friends before I fool around and let some white supremacy feel that you're going to scare me because you white. I'm being honest. Being a military man, I'm going to treat you like a man. I'm not going to let you use a form of intimidation on me. The military taught me to be ready to fight the battle. Take the fight to them. Don't let them bring the fight to you. My brothers and sisters, I'm going to say this. What side are you on? God's side or President Trump's side? What side do you believe in? God's side or the white supremacy side? You got to make that choice. You want to see your families, your aunts, your uncles, and all your relatives suffer? Keep doing what you're doing and don't expect a different outcome. You keep voting for these same people that putting you into office. They don't show up to town hall meeting. They use a form of a tactic to intimidate you. I'll close this prayer, and I ask you, build the legacy we deserve. God of chosen kings and scarce bond, we thank you for the family we formed in the fire, for the love that defines convention, for the legacy we are bold enough to rewrite. Bless the queer and the parents that plays in the play cousin, the grandmother by grace. And I'm asking you in the name of Jesus to strengthen the community that raises children in truth and tenderness, and ignite in us holy rebellion to build family that reflects your justice, to fight for policies that protect our kin, and to love without limit. Amen. My brothers and sisters, may God bless you until we meet again.